What's up, everybody? It's your boy Mastermind here for Ohio Cannabis Live. We're live again for 420 Live, Ohio. We are live. And as you can see, I think I have fixed the chat boxes. What's up, Thin Lizzy and Nebula Orion? I can see what you're saying now without having to look at my phone. Whoa! I hope you can hear the music. I hope it's not too loud. I'm gonna go ahead and start out the session today with some rainbow shit because we've been seeing a lot of rainbows lately. Because this weather's been crazy, right? So yeah, rainbow chip just tested at 27%. A lot of people went and got this. Again, I've been saying it a lot. I think this stuff's gelato. I mean, you could take out the bud there. I mean, it was left of it. It was a nice big frosty nug. And I'll be honest with you, I don't even know if I took a picture of it, man. I think I did, but did I? Maybe I did. I don't know. What's up? DJ Copaesthetic? What's going on? Yeah, I can see it now. So I'm assuming that you guys are talking to me from YouTube. So for my Facebook watchers, I need somebody in Facebook to send me a hello message so I can make sure that my Facebook box is working. So the bottom box is clearly the YouTube box, and the top box is the Facebook box. So, a lot of people keep saying stuff like prices are still so high. Oh my God, Detroit is better, Michigan is better. But I just want to point out, and I'll say it again, Springfield and Dayton have ounces at Pure Ohio for 160. 200. And for those that aren't have never tried Pure Ohio or have tried it before, I would try it again just simply because, and I'm gonna have to go back and try it again because they're advertising they're not using any pesticides. So that in itself could be a breakthrough. You know what, I forgot something. I'll be right back. All right. Never have I had to get up. Hey there. I see my Facebook people. Hey, Elizabeth. Hey, Sandy. Hey, thank you for coming on. We're glad to have you, and I'm glad that I can actually see what everybody is saying now. I felt so dumb. People was talking to me, and I couldn't see what they were saying, and I didn't want you to feel left out. So I can see you guys now. So if you say something, there might be a delay, and it was like either eliminate the delay and sacrifice the video quality, or let it be a little bit of delay and have good video quality. So with me, I like quality, so I went ahead and went with the latter of the two. So if it gets to be a really bad delay, I'll go ahead and change. Let's see here. You have a high tolerance. You can go through wax in 3 to 4 days. So $70. Well, let's clear something up here. You say wax, you're paying $70 a gram for wax. Why not rosin? Rosin is much better than wax. Wax and rosin are not the same thing. So Nebula Orion, are you talking about wax or are you talking about rosin? Just clarify that for me, because $70 a gram for rosin. Have you looked at the prices for rosin anywhere else? It's usually like $100 a gram. So, with waxes and rosins, concentrates, depending on what you're getting, if you're getting something and it's not helping you, then it's possible that just isn't the right thing for you. So are you talking, when you say it's $70, well, in general, no, wax is not the same thing as rosin. It's not even on the same scale. Wax is not even processed and made the same way as rosin. So they're two different things. You said you prefer ice hash. Okay, well, I haven't tried that yet. So I'm gonna have to try that so I can have an opinion on that, because I really have never tried ice hash before. Not really, man. Some of them do, I agree, but $70 a gram, and I know how much it is for a half a gram in Michigan. Just try to find rosin in Michigan. Good luck with that. Wax, yeah, $10, $15 a gram for some shatter. Yeah, you might find that in Michigan or somewhere, but the shatter is like, that's a gooey mess. I'm just saying. I know prices was high before, but I'm not ready to pay $100 a gram for anything. But I can't say that I haven't done that before to get something really good. So. But today, this segues right into what today's show is going to be about: shopping. Now, everybody might have their own method of how they do their shopping, and that's fine, and that's your method. But I'm going to show you a little bit of what I do and try to go over it. And like I told you yesterday, I was going to have a little bit better presentation than me just talking and jabbering. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and bring up this slideshow, maybe. And we're going to see how that goes. So hold on here. Let me squeeze this here. All right. So, all right. See, so we lost one of our boxes there. See, they keep playing with me with this stuff. Let me try to double check and make sure it's good to go. Okay, so sorry we lost our box there, but your comments are still being captured. It just may be delayed coming up here in the box, but okay. So what I've got here is a presentation I put together just for you guys called Shopping for Medical Cannabis in Ohio. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. As soon as I get my boxes here. Okay, there we go. Sorry, went too fast. Okay, so the first slide here, first time I'm doing this, so I'm testing this all out. Shopping to save. So, when I say that, I mean basically when you shopping, make sure that you are always saving money. One of my number one niches about how I buy things is I never believe in paying the regular price for it. I just see that that's not a good thing for me. So whether I have indigent status or whether you don't have indigent status, or whether you're a veteran or not a veteran, you still need to be having the mentality to shopping to save. So here's some of the things that I think are useful in that method. First off, finding out how many days you have available from your local dispensary. Contact your favorite dispensary, whatever one you go to the most, and ask them to give you an update on your days, and also find out when your next 45-day cycle will begin. Mark that on your calendar, set an alert on your phone so it'll remind you when that time is coming up. Next, buy in bulk to save days. So, I was a person initially against buying in bulk, and I was buying a 2.8 of this and a 2.8 of that, and that got to not making sense to me. So now the way I think about it is every time I go to a dispensary, I'm looking to buy at least 5 units, which would be a half ounce. Again, you want to make sure that you're checking for sales, because it's back to what I said initially. Never pay regular price if you can help it. That helps out with your gas, your stress, and your overall monthly budget for your expenses. Several shops in Ohio offer daily, weekly, and monthly deals. Sometimes you may have to travel to get a deal on the products you really want. Never settle for something you really don't want because it's the closest dispensary. So what I'm getting at here is, if you're not happy with what you're getting at your local dispensary, whether it's the product ain't good enough, the price ain't good enough, you have to be willing to step outside of your comfort zone just a little bit in some cases to get a better deal and to get the product you really want. And a good example would be, if I want a specific product like the Dab Tabs. When the Dab Tabs first hit the market, I live here in Columbus, the Dab Tabs was not here. So what did I do? I looked on all the menus all over the state, and I figured out, well, they're available at About Wellness Lebanon. That's an hour and 30-minute drive from where I'm at. I can't drive as far as y'all might think I can. So that's a long drive for me. But, if I want to get it now and I don't want to wait till whenever my local market catches up to a product, and I'm already familiar with the product. I was familiar with the Dab Tab, so that's why I decided I was interested in them more than others. I found a way down there. Now, whether you have to have a friend or family member drive you, whatever transportation method you could find, hopefully someday we'll have some type of carpooling service. I think that would be useful. That would help. If we had some type of carpooling service where you could ride with somebody else that's going to the same shop. I think that would be useful and something down the road we might work on as a group. So I mean that's the way I look at that. So moving right on to the next thing here. Okay. Product selection for flowers. Okay. So let me get back to my screen where you guys are talking to me at. The computer is always trying to give me some kind of new problem. I just never can win. So hang on. Yeah. I don't know why my window isn't getting bigger. There we go. Okay, sorry about that. So hopefully there's not this weird line over the screen. So tier 1 and tier 2. Some of you are familiar with this, some of you are not, but I'm just gonna go over it. Tier 1 uses less days. And then lower. It's also lower THC, 0 to 22%. The tier 2 uses more days and is higher THC, 23% up to 35% is the state maximum. The way I look at this, the old system of this tier 1, tier 2, the proposal from the state pharmacy board was for this to go away. And so my thinking is that this is only going to be in the short term, this recommendation, and we'll probably come back to this later. But under Ohio's current system, it makes more sense to me to get a tier 2 if you have plenty of days, and to get a tier 1 if you are low on days, in my opinion. Again, my opinion only. However, some strains never actually test above tier 1, so if it's helping you with your conditions, you should go ahead and get it. Terpenes matter. If your body reacts to a certain strain in a positive way, don't assume it's because of the THC. It could be because of the terpenes or the other cannabinoids that are specific to that strain. So terpenes themselves obviously occur naturally in other plants and other fruits and vegetables, but cannabis terpenes are a little bit different for some people than others. So like I said, when I talk about terpenes, I'm specifically talking about the different smell that you smell and the different elements of those terpenes that actually have medicinal properties. So, for me, a good one that's very common in most plants will be myrcene. And I'll talk more about terpenes in another video, so I don't want to get too far into that. But definitely do some research on terpenes and look at what strains you like, and look at the terpene profile of the strain. If you like wedding cake, study up on the terpene profile of wedding cake, and then look at the terpene profile and analysis for that strain from Ohio to see, if this is the reason why you're liking the strain. Is it the myrcene, or is it the linalool, or whatever else might be in that strain? It'll be useful for you to find out exactly what that is. So moving right along, hold on, let me get back here to my slideshow here. All right, shopping for concentrates, weight matters. Like I said, Nebula Orion was just, hitting on the concentrate area, so we'll talk a little bit about it here. So it's important to get the most weight for the price. Concentrates are very costly to produce, therefore good stuff will always cost more. Top concentrates to purchase, in my opinion, are rosin. This is the most natural product, usually made with only heat and pressure. Number 2, live resin, which is often produced using frozen cannabis and butane extraction most of the time. Wax, which he was referring to a little while ago, is most often cheaper of the 3, and it can be kind of messy, and also made using butane extraction most of the time. So as I was saying before, rosin, in Ohio, we've had several different types of rosins. We've had some crumble rosin, some kind of saucy rosin, and then, like I said, we've had some what I call like straight chunky rosin. With resin, the live resin usually can be a little bit more of a saucy texture. It can be kind of messy too, but usually live resin is usually really good. me personally, I prefer live resin in either a vape pen or just in a really good, nice, chunky concentrate consistency. So this easy to work with. Wax, in my experience, wax might be good, it might be cheaper, but it always ends up being a mess, especially if you can't keep it at the right temperature. So that's my concern about wax and why I'm not a big wax fan. I mean, obviously it was the introduction to concentrates for me, and that's one of the first things I learned about was wax. But the more I've worked with it, the more I don't like working with it, because it is just hard to work with. It's messy, it's hard to get a dose right. It's just a hot mess. So that's my feeling about the wax. Moving on. Shopping for edibles. Again, check for specials on edibles. Many dispensaries, I get alerts all the time about some kind of edible promotion. So a lot of dispensaries are trying to go with the edibles a lot. Figure out what works best for you. Again, everybody is uniquely different, and everybody processes edibles in a different rate. Just keep in mind that whenever you do get edibles, always allow from anywhere from 30 minutes to 3 hours before that edible starts to affect you, regardless of what the dosing is. And if you eat one and nothing happens after that time period, and you eat 2 or 3 or 4 and still nothing happens, then that particular edible may not be good for you, or your body just may not absorb those type of edibles well. So that's something to keep in mind. Just because you ate 10 gummies and you didn't feel nothing doesn't mean the next person is going to eat 10 gummies and not feel nothing. The next person eats 10 gummies, they may feel it, it may set them on their ass. So, everybody is uniquely different, and everybody has a different body mass, and everybody has different liver functionality. So there's never going to be everybody feels the same based on whatever the THC level is of the edible. So definitely get that in your mind, as you have to figure out what is right for you specifically. Also consider if you are diabetic. I'm diabetic, so this affects me directly. You may have to look for sugar-free edibles. That's supposed to be made. That's a typo. It says made. But sometimes sugar-free edibles, vegan edibles might not be tasting so great, but sometimes those edibles are water soluble, which means they're made with a different formula, which allows them to process into your bloodstream a lot faster than traditional distilled edibles. Also check for reviews from patients about these products. So try to get an idea what the community is telling you about these products. There are also several products that are just simply something to add to food. The examples would be the honey, the peanut butter, the olive oil, or the drops. All 4 of these products come in a basic form, basically just infused with THC in it already, and all you need to do is figure out what you're going to add it to. So if you feel like you want to be in more control of your edibles, then these options might be a little bit better for you. Like I said, keeping in mind that whenever you use some of these other products, the honey, the peanut butter, and olive oil, and the drops, they could take more days just because the THC is higher per milligram. So that's something to keep in mind if you want to get honey. For example, the one honey is 5 days. The peanut butter, I believe, is 3 days. Don't quote me on that because I haven't tried it yet. But I'm just giving you examples. Just keep in mind that when you get these other items that are I call them standalone edibles items, or make something to make something, you're going to probably end up seeing a variety of price points on it. And then sometimes it may take 1 day, sometimes it may take 5 days. So definitely keep that in mind. Shopping for vape pens. Many people have been buying vape pens for a long time. Ohio is still new at legal vape pens, so keep in mind THC is not everything. Again, terpenes do matter. Something else to consider when buying a vape pen is the CBD content. Since vape pens are made using either CO2 or butane extraction, some pens will have CBD and terpenes. This is also described as a full spectrum product. Some pens will be purely THC and 0 CBD. There are several types of vape pens out there. So a lot of people are very familiar with THC vape pens. Those are the most common. A lot of people love those and get those. But there's also live resin vape pens. And live resin vape pens are definitely not the same as a THC vape pen, simply because this is where they've used a different process to take the live resin that would normally be in a glass jar and simply infuse it into a vape cartridge. So it's a little bit different technique. Same product as well, but it's a little bit different. Last one is a 1-to-1 equal THC and equal CBD. These are sometimes hard to find, but I do strongly recommend these because these can give you kind of a balance of your medication dosing. And, a lot of people don't realize, but CBD really is the missing answer to inflammation and pain, and also anxiety and stress. So I see a lot of people asking questions about what strain helps them with their anxiety and their stress and stuff like that. I think you should definitely consider CBD products because they will definitely help you with inflammation, anxiety, and stress. It definitely will not help you sleep at night. So definitely don't recommend taking CBD products in the evening. Only take them usually in the daytime, because if not, it could make it hard for you to sleep. A new one that's coming out to market is available now is hash oil pens. So those are a uniquely different product. I have very limited knowledge of this product, so I'm not going to go into it really too much. But it is definitely a new product, and definitely is worth looking into if you're interested in different types of vape pens. Because most people, like I said, are just getting THC vape pens and maybe looking for a high THC number and expecting to get a specific result, and maybe not getting that result. And I think the missing link is the CBD. So when you buy a vape pen, definitely look at it and consider whether you want one with or without CBD, and whether you want to have one or the other, or both. Or if you want to have equal amounts, you want a 1-to-1. The same thing with the edibles as far as the 1-to-1s go. All right, next. For all other products, it's kind of the same rule of thumb. You want to make sure you look at the price. You want to check my website every day for sales. And you got to look at the drive time of the shop and availability of the product. So, you want to see, is it worth your drive? Get the full price with taxes. So make sure you call the dispensary and confirm the price, the taxes, and most importantly, confirm, the THC and the harvest date of this product, or manufacturing date, to find out how old the product is that they have. Because some dispensaries simply may have old inventory that they're just trying to clear out, and you may be interested in newer inventory. You don't want the old inventory. So that's something you need to ask your local dispensary to make sure that you have an understanding of what you're going to pick up before you get there. Like I said, the availability matters. There are different batches of product all over the state. So you might be looking for wedding cake 32%, but this shop only has wedding cake 24%. Well, I don't want the 24%. I want the 32%. Well, location A, which is all the way in Cleveland, has 32%, and that's an hour drive from me. But location B has 24%, and it's only 15 minutes from my house. Well, how bad do you really want that 32%? Are you going to make the extra drive or not? I know for me, I would, because I want the stronger one. That's just my preference. You may be fine selling for the 24% one. It just depends on the person. Everybody's uniquely different. So that's basically just a little snippet of my shopping escapades, and I hope that was some useful information for you. If you like what I'm doing, definitely make sure that you hit the like, subscribe button. And we're going to switch back over to the main scene here. I don't know why I have this weird thing in my screen. I just pray and hope it's not in the middle of my broadcast, but it's probably not. Anyway, like I said, I just wanted to give you guys some shopping tips. I'm going to do some more shopping stuff as time goes on to go a little bit more in depth. But that was just what I wanted to do for the day, to see how it worked, see how it looked. And I'm glad that we got the chat boxes working now. It looks like we lost our Facebook box up here for some reason. But anyway, I will go back and review your comments and try to answer any questions that I overlooked during the live broadcast. And I'm going to go ahead and wrap everything up today with the strain of the day. And again, make sure you hit the like, subscribe button if you like what I'm doing. Certainly would appreciate that. And we'll see you guys again tomorrow. But don't go anywhere. Let's at least look at the strain of the day before you go. Peace.
Another mastermind hit.